Why is
Yeah,
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the O. Charles Show. I'm your host, Charlie Charles, and today we are, kicking off our February season with an impromptu episode. And by that I mean I have no questions written out. I have no plan for this episode other than one very important question. Did Uncle Tex really contract hypothermia while he spent the night in a snow cave? How did it happen, and what were the details? And of course, I'm here with Uncle Tex. So without further ado, let's get started. Just as a little disclaimer, we are not promoting any dangerous winter behaviors or activities. Please consult your physician. Do not try this at home, kids. Can you think of any others? I don't know, because a kid did try it at home. So
we're not responsible if you mess up your life.
We're not responsible if you find yourself wandering about in the neighborhood, not knowing where you are at 3 o'clock in the morning with probably 12 degrees of Fahrenheit temperature. So, are you interested? Are you excited? Concerned? Do you have questions and comments? Furiously type them in the comment box below, and let's get going. Okay, Uncle Tex, so what happened last night?
Well, it's been pretty snowy the past couple of months, and especially, we had some snow and then it melted. We got some more snow, and the snow plow would come in.
Just context here. It's been negative degrees. It's been 0 degrees. It's been very, very cold.
Negative 15, yeah. Well, last week, and so all the snow kept piling up at the one end of our driveway. So I decided to hollow it out and make a little snow fort, cave, whatever you want to call it. So I started digging 2 days ago, dug part way through.
Okay, so why did you decide to dig out of this mountain of snow?
Well, I like tunneling. I like being in caves, and it's just like a fun activity. It gives you something to do. It's a good workout. Just picking up a huge shovel and digging away for a couple hours.
And something important to note about Uncle Tex is that he rarely, if ever, gets cold. This may come in handy later in the story. So can you explain to us, why don't you get cold?
Well, when I was younger, I used to really, really want to be a cowboy. And so I got a cowboy shirt, cowboy pants, cowboy boots, cowboy belt, cowboy hat. But one thing, or a couple things I didn't have was cowboy snow gear. And so I thought cowboys never would wear coats.
Well, most cowboys are in warmer climates, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And so when I was playing in the snow, I would just wear my shirt, my pants, my boot, my belt, and my hat. And I just would be miserable,
So
I guess.
Stubbornness is the key factor there.
So for like a year or two, I was just out in the cold with very minimal protection. I think I got a jean jacket at one point.
By choice.
Yes. I had a jean jacket at one point, but it wasn't really like a winter coat.
Right.
So I was just entirely exposed, and ever since then I've been very resilient to the coldness.
Okay, so all that, however, was about to change last night, and did change, and the results are shocking. Let's go back to the snow cave. So you worked for hours at it, and what was the end result? Give us a picture of what you did.
Well, it's about 7 feet long, I would say, and it's maybe 2 feet wide on the inside. I haven't finished making the roof a little bit bigger. I have a foot to go in the roof, but I dug all the way through, and it will fit me if I'm laying down. I can't sit down in it. I can't stand up.
So there's little space.
There's little space.
It sounds very claustrophobic.
Yeah, kind of. And so I took a rocking chair that we had broken that we were going to toss out, and I used part of the rocking chair to make a little frame where my head would go, so if it collapsed, I would have time to move.
So you did plan for some survival instances.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
I have wooden planks in there, so two of them are holding up the roof, because my little brother caved it in the other day. One of them is holding up the other side, and then I had an extra one that I used to prop up the rocking chair. And I also have a camping light. I had a tortilla from dinner, and then Dots pretzels that I put in my little pantry area, and I took a little like rubber yoga mat and put it down all the way through so I wouldn't be totally in the snow.
Okay, and just pause there. He didn't just run out the door with a tortilla, by the way, but he kind of did. But he also told us what he was doing first. How did your family respond to this plan of action?
Well, my mom was a little concerned. She made me promise that if I thought I was in danger, I would go in, and yeah, but she figured I would only be out for like an hour and come back in, chicken out.
Okay, so with that, how did you dress for this excursion?
Well, I put on my snow boots that are a little furry. My mom put some toe warmers on, but she didn't shake them, so they didn't do anything. And yeah, I put on snow pants. I had my regular pants on. I had wool socks. I had a sweatshirt and then a coat on top of that. But it was only a windbreaker, so it was like a thin windbreaker, which was okay when I was getting in because it was pretty warm and
So
and I was
according
sweaty.
to your account, you originally thought that this snow cave igloo was very warm inside.
It was in the daytime.
You planned on it being insulating living space.
It was, and here's what I didn't account for. I checked the weather for like 2 or 3 hours, but I didn't look deep into the morning. So well, I'll talk about that later.
Okay, let's first things first. All right, let's walk through the account of the evening. So you did not go to bed until probably 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you go out.
Like, I went to the bathroom, I got ready to go, and I took everything out in phases so I wouldn't freeze myself. I took out the mat, I took out a sleeping bag, an extra blanket, my camping light, my bag of, like, my hunting knife, an extra, like, little multi-tool.
Were you planning on skinning a rabbit?
You know, I was gonna shoot a rabbit and skin it and cook it over a fire, but my mom didn't let me cook it over the fire, so that didn't work out. But yeah. I used that. I think it made my mom feel a little bit better because just in she was scared because you never really know.
In case a bear that doesn't exist does come along,
or
you can never be too prepared.
Yeah. Well, so I took everything out.
Or neighbors.
And I
scary neighbors.
I crawled in, closed the door, put the bear lock on, and then I turned the radio on. So I have this little Walkman radio headset that my grandmother used to use when she was walking, but she doesn't anymore. So she gave it to me, and I hung it on the bars of the rocking chair above my head, and I listened to that to calm me down a little bit, and then I went to sleep.
Okay,
with my windbreaker on and no coat.
Went to sleep
without a coat.
Without a coat, listening to the radio, probably
no, I turned it off.
Oh,
before
okay.
I went to sleep.
So you turned it off. All right. So you are in like one with the wilderness mode here.
Yeah.
You've got some protection, not a ton, not even any music going on.
And it's
just
pretty warm. I'm comfortable.
Under the snow, comfortable under the snow. Okay, you fall asleep. Did you have any dreams?
No.
Okay. But when did you wake up again?
I woke up about, I don't really know what time it was, but maybe I woke up and I immediately noticed that I was absolutely frozen. And here's
wait, can we elaborate? Okay, so for me, frozen means I am in the house and I feel a little cold. This frozen is likely different. Did you feel cold, or could you just tell you were stiff, or what was the feeling?
Well, it wasn't cold.
What was your temperature? What was your perception of temperature?
Well, my perception of temperature wasn't necessarily a temperature. It was more of my windbreaker, my body heat had melted the snow that was around my arms because it's not very wide.
Okay, so the snow had melted and refrozen.
So I was literally frozen, not figuratively.
So, but did you feel cold or numb?
I felt both. I felt I felt both cold and numb.
Okay. So what was your first thought?
My first thought was get a new coat. So I went inside and actually put a real coat on.
Oh, so you went back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a coat.
Uh-huh.
And you went back out.
Yeah.
And did you go back to sleep?
I don't know. And here's where it gets weird.
Okay, so tell us what did you do?
Okay.
You come out with the new coat, and what do you do?
I'm nice and warm, but then...
Do you go back into your cave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're back in the cave, new coat, lying down, trying to go to sleep again.
But here's the thing. It wasn't just the outer temperature from the ice on the coat that affected me. So, basically, your body temperature needs to stay, like, at 95 degrees Fahrenheit to, like, regulate everything. And,
okay.
And since I'd been in that coat for so long, I think it went a little bit lower. And so
now your body temperature was
dropping.
A little too low.
It's like plummeting. So
okay.
I felt great, then I felt less great. So I turned the radio on. I thought, yeah, let's do the same thing, go back to sleep. And then I started just feeling worse and worse. And here's how I felt worse. I started feeling like the parts of my body that were touching the snow on the wall through the coat would start feeling really, really, really cold.
Okay.
So that was number one. Then all the muscles in my body started shivering. Like there would be like 5 minutes where they would just be shivering incessantly, and then like 2 minutes of heat, and I felt fine.
Okay, so your body was like, first response, we tried getting a new coat. Now let's try shivering to get some more heat in. Did it work?
Well, shivering and heat for about an hour and a half. And so now I'm like...
And what are your thoughts now?
Well,
while you're shivering, are you thinking, let me go inside, or are you thinking, oh, that's okay?
I thought I would get more warm.
So you're thinking, let me stay out here. My body feels like it's freezing, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I eventually knew that it was not going to work. So I packed up my supplies, put them back in my bag.
So, but you're able to move?
Barely.
Able to move.
And so I kick out the door and I step out of the cave. And here's where it gets really weird. So then I get out of my cave, stand up, and I start walking down the driveway.
And you're aware of this?
It doesn't really make sense. It was like light out. It wasn't actually that dark at like 3 in the morning.
Okay, you remember this clearly though?
Yes.
So you were conscious.
But I was confused.
Do you remember your thoughts at the time?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't think I had thoughts.
Wow. Okay, so tell us what you did in this confusion.
So I walked down the hill, and the trash can was out because the trash man just came in, Actually, in the morning, like in the afternoon.
I almost hit that trash can driving to school. Anyway, keep going.
I opened the lid to the trash can, even though I had seen when I was burrowing through the cave, I seen the trash man take it. But I opened the lid and I look inside, and I had no clue why I'm doing this. And then I go look in.
So you don't know why you looked in this trash can. But now you're at the bottom of the driveway by the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think, let me walk 3 miles.
You know you thought that.
I know I thought that.
So 3 miles, if we want to put this in context, maybe somebody can get really deep into the psychological part of this, but 3 miles is the total of walking all around our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was walking down the driveway saying, I'm going to walk 3 miles, your brain was probably thinking, I'm going to walk around the neighborhood, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then you check the mailbox.
Well, I had a package that had like a window starting yesterday, so...
So you're thinking, let me see if I have a package at this point.
And so...
Okay.
I start walking down the road.
Which way did you go? Right or left?
Right.
You turn right?
That's
the way we normally walk, yeah.
So
okay.
I turn right and I start going down the road, and then I think, what the heck am I doing?
But how far did you get?
Well, maybe like 10 feet, and I go,
oh,
I don't have a...
So not even to the stop sign?
No,
What side of the road are you walking on?
In the middle.
The middle?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Okay.
So then I knew that no one was driving. It was kind of eerie. And I thought, I don't have any reflective gear, so if I...
So you did think.
I thought I started getting a grip at that point.
Okay.
Because I think just something kicked in there, and I saw that I knew that in order to walk, I would have to go get a reflective gear.
Yeah.
And I thought if I walked out of the cave and died on the road, and no one would know where I was.
Well, if you were 10 feet from our driveway,
Well, if I had
probably...
kept going.
Oh, okay.
So I have a lot of endurance. So then I thought, maybe it'll warm me up. Maybe it won't. And then I just start, like, crashing down. So then I
down.
walk,
Okay,
like, mentally.
So you feel that your brain is, like, going nuts.
My brain is going nuts. My body is going nuts.
What do you mean by that?
Well, my body is, like, shutting down. The muscles are barely working, but they're trying to stimulate, like, get the blood flowing.
So are you shivering?
No.
Or are you
just
too
walking.
tired to shiver?
I'm too tired to shiver.
Okay.
And I'm walking through. I'm walking. I walk back up the hill, and I open the side door. I come inside, and then I think about getting the reflective gear.
So at this point, you're thinking, I'm in my house. I'm in my warm, heated house with my warm bed upstairs, and now I'm going to get reflective gear and go back outside where I'm almost dying rather than staying in the warmth. That's your process.
To go walk 3 miles.
To go walk 3 miles in the cold, in the dark neighborhood.
At 3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
So then
that makes sense.
I say, what the heck am I doing? I'm in a warm house, and I'm feeling awful here. I need to get in.
So you take off your gear?
Take off my gear, and I go straight to bed.
And you just go to sleep?
Yeah.
And you wake up in your bed?
I wake up at like 8:30, and my little sister is screaming at me, saying that my breakfast is getting cold.
Okay.
But I didn't actually have a breakfast made there, and she was probably just saying something from a book. But so yeah, and then I went back to sleep and woke up at 9:44. And all in all, I got 10 hours and 40 minutes of sleep.
Okay, so you're alive.
I'm alive.
As far as you know, other than misconjugating the word to feel a few minutes ago, your mental capacity is okay.
Well, I woke up and I get downstairs and I tell my mom about it, and then I go, you know what? Let me look up the signs of hypothermia to see how close I was, if at all. And I look up and I see what the signs are, and I basically check all the boxes for the couple and I had mild hypothermia according to medical research.
Okay, so here's my hypothesis about stumbling down the driveway. So most of us know that your body will try to shiver to increase your body heat by moving the muscles. My guess is that when your body subconsciously realized that was not working, the only other possible thing to do was keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're thinking, I'm going to walk, I need to walk. You don't even know why this thought is occurring to you, but it's probably your body saying, we've got to get blood flow, we've got to get our heart rate up, we've got to get things going. And so even though you had access 2 feet away to a warm house, your survival mountain man instinct was kicking in as if you were in the middle of nowhere.
It's crazy. And here's where it gets weird. So I actually did end up eating that tortilla just anyway.
When did you eat the tortilla?
I was trying to see if it would make me feel any better.
Before going to sleep?
Before getting out and walking away.
While shivering, you eat the tortilla.
Because I might as well make it worth it. So then I see, so the signs are intense shivering constantly.
Uh-huh.
Feeling very tired.
Yep.
Confusion.
Yep.
Fumbling.
Yep.
And stumbling.
Okay.
And that is check the boxes for mild hypothermia. And if I had not gone in at that time, I would have gotten. If I had stayed out for an hour more, I would have been cooked. I would have been.
So, in other words, the need for reflective gear saved your life.
I was just kind of on autopilot and
Isn't that interesting though? I mean, it's terrible, but at the same time, I don't feel too bad because you chose that on purpose.
I don't want anyone to feel bad.
We all told you, don't do that, but you decided to. And so, because it happened, I think you can feel like you did a real mountain man thing. I think
Well,
you did the real deal.
I'm still recovering though. My legs are like cold still, and a couple of my fingers are still cold.
So my guess is that your body right now is concentrating a lot of heat with your vital organs.
Yeah.
Rather than your extremities, because it went through such a traumatic experience. I would not recommend putting your body through a traumatic experience, but I do think that it's interesting to see what people are capable of doing in 21st century. I mean, we've been watching this show called Mountain Men, right? Which is, I think, where you got this idea of staying out there.
Well, I've always wanted to do this.
I mean,
I've tried it once, actually.
Yeah, you did, but you came in.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've kind of been primed for, well, he has, I guess. I don't have this desire to sleep in the cold, but you're seeing these guys and what they are able to do out in nature by themselves is amazing. Considering how much we think we can't do on our own, there's a lot of things we actually can.
And here's the thing, though. I didn't have a full-body insulated sleeping bag. That's really
so you did not have...
If I had that, I would have been able to sit out the whole night, and I'll be fine.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's just like, but maybe like a small, like, little heater. But...
A plug-in heater?
No, not a plug-in heater. In the snow.
An automatic heater.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the thing he wanted to do. He wanted to make a little bonfire in the minuscule cave. Because that's very safe to have a fire burning in a cave right next to your head. All night, breathing that smoke right into your lungs.
I also diagnosed myself with frost nip. So frostbite is your like skin turns blue, it gets like waxy and turns like weird colors. But frost nip is the early stage of frostbite, and I got frost nip last night. So I got the early stage of like...
Who could have predicted that? I wonder.
Like the two things that you're scared about getting, or like your mom is scared about you getting in the snow, I got, if I had stayed out longer, I would have gotten both of them.
We are very glad you came in the house and that you lived to tell the tale.
To my niece.
To your niece. Right. So... What's that eyebrow raised for, Uncle Tex? My dear uncle here has been generous enough to share with his relation all of the details and also pass them on to you, so you can either avoid making the same mistake or make the same mistake but make improvements on the mistake. Or not make improvements.
Some improvements
I
would do personally: get the insulated sleeping bag, get the right kind of gear that I need, make the cave a little bit bigger, and have a way to get in and out quicker. Also, maybe getting some like heated gloves.
Okay, so there you have it. I think the conclusion, the moral of the story is, don't sleep out in the cold. If you have to sleep out in the cold and you suddenly want to walk around the entirety of your neighborhood, go in the house for reflective gear, save your life. Reflective gear can save your life even if you're not dying of hypothermia. Let me just give this little message right now, and this is not sponsored, but it should be by the whatever, I'm trying to think of a government organization that would sponsor this message, but please do not...
FDA.
I don't think so. Please do not walk around your neighborhood without reflective gear or lights at night. I have almost, either my car or a family member's car has almost hit someone walking in the dark a couple of times.
A bunch of times.
Or their dog also, because they don't wear reflective gear. You think it's tough? It's not tough. Listen, if Uncle Tex had not gone back in the house for reflective gear, he might still be wandering around the neighborhood right now. I do thank you for being on the show today, generously sharing your experience so others can hopefully learn from your mistake. And either way, you will now have it recorded on Spotify and YouTube for all the future generations of relatives.
Adventure seekers.
Adventure seekers. Yeah, it's the Adventure Seekers Club. So, did you almost die of hypothermia in the snow? Let us know in the comments below. And follow us for probably a lot of less crazy stories. We don't usually cover hypothermia on the podcast, but hey, if you're a doctor that knows about hypothermia or a lawyer that knows about suing people for giving other people hypothermia, we'd love to interview you. You can sponsor our show if you want.
Or if you know anyone famous, bring them over here.
Anyone famous that's almost contracted hypothermia?
Like me.
While maybe filming in the Arctic or something, we'd love to interview you.
Thanks for watching.
I think he's actually going crazy now. Okay, so anyway, this is very long. Oh, okay. That was him purposefully throwing himself to the floor. He purposely fell out of his chair. Okay, oh, that's also him. All right, we're good.
Why
Thanks.
are there Lego flowers on the ground?
What? Okay, never mind. This is not... All right, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for putting up with Uncle Tex's hypothermia. What the heck? Okay, we are going now. Goodbye. Don't forget to comment if you care, subscribe if you dare, and...
We're
Yeah.
gonna cut that out, right?
Okay, over and out.